Here we go. The episode begins with the bloody sword that killed Papa Stark last episode. This crowd is so excited. They're cheering louder than a 60-year-old at a Neil Diamond concert. That man that grabbed young sad girl in episode 9 picks her up and carries her away. This dude's hair looks like a bird's nest. He needs to take a shower. He calls young sad girl a boy and chops her hair off Mulan style to protect her identity. We cut to Weird Raven Kid telling Angry Lady about the dream he had about the Raven. Apparently in his dream, Papa Stark died and was buried in the crypts. So it seems like Weird Raven Kid might already have some powers even as a little guy. He convinces Angry Lady to carry him down to the crypts, and when they get down there, a wolf scares them. It's the youngest Stark boy's wolf. And oh my gosh, I think this is the first time I'm hearing this kid talk. He sounds like a little boy. Who would have thought? He says he saw Papa Stark in the crypt in his dream too. So is he a three-eyed raven as well? Angry Lady carries Weird Raven Kid out of the crypts, and waiting for them outside is the news that Papa Stark is in fact dead. What a confusing time for Weird Raven Kid. On one hand, his dad just died, which is super sad, but on the other hand, he's realizing that he might have superpowers and can see things in his dreams. If my dreams were real, the world would be a really weird place. I once had a dream that I was best friends with Emma Watson, and she shot me with a gun because I couldn't do a good enough British accent. We cut to Mama Stark crying in the woods. She hears a noise and walks over to see Sexy Jawline Guy fighting a tree with his sword. The tree honestly seems to be winning. If the Lorax were here, he'd be pissed. Mama Stark hugs Sexy Jawline Guy and he says that he'll kill them all. I think talking about the Lannisters, but maybe he also wants to kill all the trees. We cut to a man playing a song for Jeffrey detailing how Chubby King was killed by a boar. Does the boar stand for something else, or was he literally killed by a boar? Jeffrey asks the singer if he'd rather keep his fingers or his tongue, and obviously you gotta go with your tongue here. I love food way too much to not be able to taste any of it. And doesn't your tongue taste things? I'm no scientist, but it seems like your tongue tastes things. But also, if you can't taste anything, then maybe you would actually eat healthy foods because you wouldn't even realize that they taste like garbage. And if you don't have a tongue, you wouldn't have to talk to anybody because you can't talk without a tongue. And not talking to people is one of my favorite things to do. But ice cream, though. Jeffrey takes Red-Haired Queen to look at a bunch of heads on spikes, and one of them is Papa Stark. Jeffrey forces her to look at the head, and he tells her that soon he'll give her Sexy Jawline Guy's head as well. And Red-Haired Queen says, or maybe he'll give me yours. Boom! Roasted! Somebody call the fire department because we just got a serious burn! Jeffrey tells his guard to slap Red-Haired Queen, and oh my god, is that mean Mr. Bean? It is! I've only ever seen this guy hitting young girls, and this is no exception. We cut to a bunch of Sexy Jawline Guy's men trying to figure out the best way to get back at the Lannisters. They decide that Sexy Jawline Guy is their new king, and they kneel before him. Then Mama Stark walks over to Handsome Man in Armor, who they're holding prisoner. Mama Stark picks up a rock and hits him in the face. She tells Handsome Man in Armor that she's going to kill him, and he eggs her on. He tells her that he pushed Weird Raven Kid out of the tower to try to kill him, and Mama Stark just walks away. How does she not shove that rock straight down his throat right now? We cut to Short-Haired Queen and her cousin, and he's naked. These two were totally just getting their incest on. We quickly cut to a room full of Lannisters, and oh my gosh, Uncle Kevin is here! Nothing makes me happier than the rare Uncle Kevin sighting. They're all trying to figure out how to get Handsome Man in Armor back from the Starks, and Peter Dinklage says that Jeffrey killed their best bargaining chip when he executed Papa Stark. Daddy Lannister tells everyone to leave except for Peter Dinklage. He finally tells Peter Dinklage that he thinks he's smart, and he tells him to go to King's Landing to be the Hand of the King. Peter Dinklage is like, really? You're choosing me? Uncle Kevin is right outside and that guy rocks. And Daddy Lannister is like, you're my son. Just when Peter Dinklage is feeling like his dad might actually like him, Daddy Lannister tells him that he can't bring his girlfriend to King's Landing. We cut to Legolas Queen waking up and asking to see her baby. Scar Guy is like, oh, about that. And the witch shows up and says that when the baby came out, it had scales like a lizard, wings like a bat, and its skin fell off and it was full of worms. So that's not what babies are supposed to look like? The witch says that the baby died so Eyeliner Guy could live. They walk outside and all of the muscular long-haired men are gone. They walk over to where Eyeliner Guy is and he's just laying there. He's alive, but he's basically in a coma. Legolas Queen talks to the witch privately, and the witch is like, I did this to get revenge because Eyeliner Guy burned my city to the ground, and your baby would have done the same thing. And I'm kind of on the witch's side here. We cut to the wall, and it looks like Bastard King just found out about Papa Stark, and he's about to leave to go join Sexy Jawline Guy. Heavyset Guy is begging him to stop. He pulls a Neville Longbottom and refuses to get out of the way, and Bastard King just rides past him. We cut to Peter Dinklage telling his girlfriend that he has to go alone to King's Landing. She obviously gets upset, and then Peter Dinklage talks about how Daddy Lannister sucks and he hates him. him. So naturally, he then asks his girlfriend to come with him to King's Landing, and then they start making out. We cut back to Bastard King riding away on his horse, but there's people following him. Bastard King ducks under a branch, and then one of the guys chasing him hits the branch and flies off his horse. It's Heavyset Guy. Bastard King turns around and tells these guys to go away, but instead they chant the Night's Watch oath at him, and I guess that just works. We cut to Legolas Queen giving Eyeliner Guy a bath. She's trying to convince him to wake up, but much like when I used to try to convince my photos of Mandy Moore to come to life as a child, it doesn't work. This episode must have been so much fun to film for this guy. He just gets to lay down and have a pretty girl give him a bath. Then Legolas Queen takes a pillow and smothers him to death. Whoa! Somewhere in the distance, Scar Guy perks up and says to himself, "It's time to make my move." We cut to old Kinky Chains talking to a naked woman about all the kings that he served. This horny old freak is at it again. Wait a second, I know that butt. That's Cleavage Lady. She just porked old Kinky Chains. Cleavage Lady isn't listening to him at all as he babbles on. She leaves and then old Kinky Chains pops every single joint in his body and stands up perfectly straight. What the heck? He's way more spry than he lets on. He puts his clothes on and right before walking out the door, he hunches over again. So not only is the man a sex freak, but he's also secretly in pretty good shape. We cut to Baldman and Radisson talking about what they would do if they were king. I'd make it so everybody ate ice cream for breakfast. Then Radisson asked the single most important question ever raised in this show: if they also cut off Baldman's penis when they castrated him. But Bald Guy doesn't answer. Instead, they just tell each other how much they admire each other, and then Jeffrey walks in. No! Answer the question! We cut to Bird's Nest Head telling young sad girl that she needs to pretend to be an orphan boy. He's heading to the wall with a bunch of criminals and he's bringing her with him. Young sad girl accidentally bumps into Baker Boy and he pushes her and makes fun of her in front of his friend. They see that she has a sword, so they push her down and try to take it. But young sad girl sticks it in Baker Boy's face and threatens him. She says that she's killed somebody already? Is that true? Did I know that? Baker Boy bumps into Blacksmith and then he starts threatening him too until Baker Boy runs away. Blacksmith is great. He tells young sad girl that his boss got sick of him, so he sends him to the wall. But really, Short-Haired Queen probably sends him away to avoid people finding out that he's Chubby King's son. We cut to Bastard King giving Groombeard food. Groombeard knows that Bastard King tried to run away, but he seems to understand and gives him a pass. Groombeard talks about how there's been more reports of zombies, and then he tells Bastard King that they're gonna go out beyond the wall tomorrow to fight whatever is out there and find Bastard King's uncle. We cut to Eyeliner Guy's funeral. Legolas Queen tells this guy to put her dragon eggs with Eyeliner Guy, but why would she do that? It looks like they're about to cremate Eyeliner Guy. Scar Guy thinks that Legolas Queen is going to join Eyeliner Guy in the fire when the cremation begins, and then she kisses him on the cheek. Scar Guy can just die happy now that he got that kiss. Legolas Queen tells everyone here that they're now free and they can stay or go as they please. Immediately, like half of the people just get up and leave. Legolas Queen tells Scar Guy to tie the witch to the pyre with Eyeliner Guy, and then she lights the whole thing on fire. Then Legolas Queen walks directly into the fire. It's a good thing she's immune to fire like we saw in episode 6, but these other people don't know that. They didn't watch episode 6. They're probably freaking out. And now it's the next morning? People are waking up and it's daytime. What just happened? All these people just watched a person walk into a big fire thing and they were like, oh, time to go to sleep. Anyways, Scar Guy walks over and Legolas Queen is just chilling there naked. Scar Guy is honestly having the best 12 hours of his life right now. First, he got a kiss on the cheek from the girl he loves, and now he's just checking out her boobies. Whoa! Legolas Queen has dragons now. They hatched in the fire. She gets up and uses one of her dragons to hide her privates and everyone bows. And then the episode ends. Well, that was an insane ending to that episode. Did Legolas Queen know that her dragons would hatch in the fire, or was she just kind of like, oh, well, my boyfriend's dead, I might as well walk into a fire? That was a good episode. I've seen so much of season 1 now that I feel like I basically understand everybody's backstory, which is good for me as a viewer, but bad for me as somebody who wants to be confused by what I'm watching. I asked this question to my Patreon supporters last week, but now I'm gonna bring it up to everybody. Are these videos still fun? I feel like I understand pretty much every character and every storyline now. Correct me if I'm wrong, I probably don't know everything, but I know a lot of it, so I don't really get confused anymore. I mostly just like make stupid jokes while I watch the show, which I'm fine with. I love making stupid jokes, but I would love to hear what you guys think about this series and how you feel 31 episodes in. Yeah, I've seen 31 episodes now. But back to this episode. It was solid, it was really good. There was really good writing. I loved that it was only 50 minutes long. I love short episodes. And Uncle Kevin was in it. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Let's reach into these boxes and see which episode I'm gonna watch next. Season 5, Episode 8. Season 2, Episode 1. Season 6, Episode 4. Season 3, episode 5. And last but not least, season 4, episode 4. So those are the options for which episode I'm gonna watch next. There should be a poll right here, a little box. Go ahead and click on that and vote for which episode you'd like me to watch. Here's a graphic to show you which episodes I've already seen to help you make your decision. Some of you have been really nice to me and have supported me on Patreon, so it's time for the shout-outs. I'm so tired. I played basketball before I did this. Do I look gross? I didn't shower or anything. I just came here and started filming. Anyways, here we go. KC Makabalitao. I hope I'm saying your last name right, but I know I'm saying your first name right because it's literally just the letters KC. And it's a good thing it's just the letters KC because your last name is so long. If your first name was any longer, you wouldn't be able to fit in one of those, you know, when you fill out a form and you have to write your first and last name? Okay, thanks, Casey. Gianna Kane. Kane? Can I just tell you how happy I am to have you supporting me on Patreon? I'm so sorry, that was stupid, but these are all stupid. Thank you so much, Gianna. Sam F. F, yeah, baby. That was awful. I am so sorry, Sam. Sam F, what does the F stand for? Frickin' fantastic, 2 Fs. Anyway, Sam, I thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. Yen. It's I-E-N. I think this is a French name. And I don't know how to speak French, but I do know how to kiss French. That's gross. I know how to braid French. Any French braid fans out there? I know how to French braid hair. Well, this was certainly not my strongest work tonight, and I really apologize to everybody who stuck around. Yun, I'm especially sorry for you because I'm probably not even saying your name right, but I do really appreciate your support on Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, there's a link in the description below and a button at the end of the video. Go ahead and check out the page. If you really look forward to my videos every week, I wouldn't mind it if you gave me $5 a month or something. Why am I talking like this? Okay, bye.